Have you ever thought someone was falling for you, only to realize later, it was all in your head? What if I told you that a lot of love stories begin with a simple misunderstanding? Today we're diving into something fascinating, and kind of heartbreaking, called romantic projection. It's one of the most controversial and emotional concepts in psychology, and it might explain why you felt so strongly for someone who was never really yours. 1. How romantic projection starts. So here's how it works. You're just casually interacting with someone. Nothing special. Then, one day, they look at you a little differently. Maybe there's a glance, a smile, a pause. Suddenly, a thought pops up, wait, do they like me? And from that tiny thought, something huge starts growing inside you. You begin to overanalyze every moment, every word, every text. You search for signs. And the more you believe they might like you, the more you start liking them. It's a loop. And it's powerful. Especially for women, this happens a lot. Not necessarily because someone is attractive or successful, but because he seems to desire you. That feeling of being wanted, of being seen, creates a strong emotional pull. And you might end up falling. Not for him, but for your idea of him. 2. When two people project at the same time. Sometimes, when two people both project their emotions onto each other, they fall in love fast. To outsiders, it looks magical, like fate brought them together. But in reality, half of it might be fantasy. A beautiful misunderstanding. In rare cases, this leads to something real. The relationship evolves, and both people genuinely connect. But when only one person is projecting, that's one-sided love. And it hurts. Worse, what if this projection happens in situations where love is complicated or forbidden, like when you're already married, or in a power dynamic like student and teacher, boss and employee? Can we just turn off the projection by becoming aware of it? Not always. Because this desire often comes from deep inside us, sometimes from trauma, or from our longing to feel needed. 3. Is love just a projection? Now here's the hard question. If love is mostly projection, does that mean love isn't real? That feels harsh. And honestly, unfair. Because even if love starts as projection, the emotions we feel are still genuine. The happiness, the heartbreak, the memories, they're all real. If we try to deconstruct love completely, to remove every illusion, we might stop ourselves from ever falling in love again. But humans aren't made for that level of detachment. We're emotional beings. And even if we understand how projection works, it doesn't stop us from longing, from hoping, from hurting. So the better question might be, how do we protect ourselves while still keeping our hearts open? 4. 2 love principles that can save you. Over time, I've learned 2 simple rules that changed how I approach love. They're not perfect, but they've helped me avoid a lot of pain. First, choose someone right for you. Not someone you crave out of desire or fantasy, but someone who actually aligns with your values. When you choose based on fantasy, the universe usually balances things out. You'll get passion, but also pain. So if something feels off, even just a little, don't ignore it. Don't let desire blind your judgment. A relationship should feel calm and safe, not like a roller coaster. Second, don't get too close too fast. Keep a little distance at the beginning. That space gives you time to observe, to reflect, and to really understand if this person is right for you. Some people rush in, get attached, and then can't leave, even when they know it's not working. And that leads to heartbreak and exhaustion. Love takes time. The right person will still be there, even if you don't dive in headfirst. 5. Emotional vampires and narcissistic drain. And while we're here, let's talk about emotional traps, especially the kind that drain your energy. There are people who take and never give back. You become their therapist, their emotional safety net. Maybe you grew up always giving, always being the good girl, always fixing others. But here's the truth. Constantly giving away your emotional energy will burn you out. I used to be that person in college, always listening, always comforting, and ignoring my own needs. Meanwhile, the other person couldn't even remember my birthday. That's not love. That's imbalance. People with narcissistic traits often feed on emotional attention, and they'll drain you without a second thought. They don't see you. They just see what you give them. So what can you do? 6. Boundaries, emotional value, and sobriety in love. Some people suggest setting clear boundaries, like turning off notifications or not responding after a certain time. But let's be real, most of us struggle to stick to that. What we need more than boundaries is emotional sobriety. That means being clear about your worth, your limits, and your time. It means not wasting months wondering if someone loves you back. It means not treating your heart like a public service. And it means remembering that your emotional energy is valuable. Don't give it away to just anyone. So tell me, do you think romantic projection is something we can control? Or is it just part of how love works? And those two love principles, do they feel like freedom, or like walls? I want to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's figure this out together. Because love shouldn't be about confusion, burnout, or emotional debt. It should be mutual, meaningful, and kind. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more psychology-based love content. And share this with someone who needs to hear it. They might be stuck in a projection too.